Aloha y'all, welcome to my channel, or welcome back, either way, thank you for clicking play. And welcome to episode 1 of Let's Talk Story. Now, obviously it's not my first week in Hawaii, but I do feel like it's the first week where I've actually put myself out there in nature. So we're just gonna say that this is week 1 of me being in Hawaii, me adventuring and all the things. So instead of posting a bunch of 2 or 3 minute videos of whatever I did, hiking or the beach or whatever, I thought it'd be cool to kind of just do one big video wrapping up my week. That can include hiking, going to the beach, having car troubles because that happens to me a lot, or drinking a whole bottle of wine accidentally by myself, if you can relate. So that is basically what Let's Talk Story is. Literally just showing where I went, what I did, if I met anyone new, all that stuff in the past week. So without further ado, let's jump into the first episode of Let's Talk Story.
Oh my God, I wasn't recording that entire time.
So Sunday was actually the first time that I walked down to the beach and actually got to watch the sunset. I live, oh gosh, probably 20 minutes, a 20-minute walk to the beach, which is literally nothing. And it's such a beautiful walk. So yeah, I went down to the beach and got there 5 o'clock and stayed for the 7 o'clock sunset. It was literally gorgeous. 10 out of 10 recommend. On Tuesday, I feel like I already showed this on my last video, but Chase and I, one of my friends, we hiked down to Waimano Falls Trail. Waimano, I hope I'm saying that right. It was literally so cool. It was this freshwater waterfall. Lots of mosquitoes though. So if you're gonna go do that hike, or pretty much any hike here, don't forget bug spray, because I definitely forgot it and I literally got eaten alive. But it was still so much fun. The water was cool. It was 60 degrees, which is freezing compared to the ocean here, but it was literally so beautiful. There was a big waterfall and then a little pond, I guess, and then it dropped off and it had another waterfall and then another little water area. We didn't see too many people. We kind of asked is it worth it hiking all the way down there, because it hadn't rained in a while. And so if it doesn't rain, the water isn't really flowing. And some people are oh yeah, no, turn around, it's not worth it. And a couple people yeah, it's cool, you should see it. We're okay. So I hiked down there anyway, and it ended up being so worth it. It was literally so cool. Always cool to end a hike in a body of water. I hated that. But here's some more footage. I know I already posted it, but I'm gonna post it again, so enjoy. Wednesday. So Wednesday, we had this plan, my friend, shout out to Chase, to go to the beach. So, oh, and backstory, my car hasn't been working this entire time I've been on island. It is just a giant mess. So Chase has to pick me up literally pretty much every time that we hang out. And so he picks me up. We have to go, okay, another backstory. He has 2 cars. His truck got towed because it was sitting on the street for so long. I don't know, whatever. So we had to go pick up his truck. So we drive down to the tow station, I don't know. And so they're okay, well, you have to go to this place, because that's where we keep the cars. You pay at this place, but then you have to go to another place to actually get your car. So we drive another 20 minutes to go get his truck. And then we pull up, and it was probably 4:30, I don't know, 4:35. And so we pull up, and he goes up to one of the workers, and one of the workers is I bet you're looking for so-and-so. And Chase is yeah, I need to get my truck. And the guy was oh, well, you'll have to wait because he just left for the day. We're okay, can we just pick up the truck? It's literally right there. So he calls the guy, and the guy was oh yeah, I just left 5 minutes ago. You'll have to come tomorrow morning, blah, blah, blah. Fine, I guess we'll just go to the beach. I was okay, yes, I have my new suit on, let's go to the beach. I just want to lay out and bake in the sun. So we're driving down the highway, and all of a sudden his car starts like slowing down, and then all of a sudden he was like, what the heck, and had to pull over. His car literally stopped working in the middle of the highway. Like, done. Like, gas wasn't working. Thank God the brakes were working. So we're literally on, I think it's like H1 or whatever, like the really busy highway in Honolulu. We're in like this tiny ass median in between the merging lanes and then like the actual like, you know, lanes. And so we pull over and we're like, what is happening? Like, why? And at this point, I'm like, I am 100% bad luck. I literally, like, if I get in a car, it's gonna break. Like, I feel so bad. And so this tow truck passes us. And apparently, I don't know if this is like everywhere, but apparently like they have tow trucks where they're literally just like driving, I guess. And if they see someone that needs help, then they'll tow them to like a safer place, because obviously it wasn't our choice that we had to stop in the median. So thank God he passed us and kind of like slowed down and then turned around and then came up. He couldn't figure out what was wrong because we were asking like, do you know like what's going on? Like, what's happening? So, oh, I don't know if I should say this, but it's really funny. Okay, so I have a very small bladder. Fun fact about Jill White, like very, very small. And so when we were in the car, I was like, okay, I really have to go to the bathroom. Like, let's like hurry up and get to the beach so I can like go. And he's okay. And then obviously his car breaks down. And so we're just kind of like chilling. And I was like, I am literally about to pee my pants. Like, this is like torture. And so there was one random bush on the side of the highway. So I had to go and use the restroom in this bush, literally for all of Oahu, all of Honolulu to see. So that was cool. It was actually really funny, but desperate times, man. So he tows us to this like park or whatever, and there's like a bunch of skateboarders, and we're like just like chilling. And we're probably there for like, I want to say like 2 hours. And so we're trying to figure out what to do, like if he should just tow it back to his house, or if he should tow it like straight to a like Napa or something. But so he calls USAA and he goes, okay, well, can we just tow it to this business, Firestone or Napa, one of those like car places. And they're like, well, we can't tow it to like a store or anything unless you have permission from them. And it's like about to be 7 o'clock, like it's not open. And he was like, well, I can't get a hold of them. So, and then the insurance card USA lady was like, okay, well, you're gonna have to change the address. So we had to go through the whole process again. And finally he was like, okay, I'm just gonna tow it to, he's in the Coast Guard. So he's like, I'm just gonna tow it to base. And hopefully like we can like fix it there or whatever, or we can just like go from there. I was like, okay. So we have to call another tow truck, and this guy pulls up, literally, okay, Hawaiian people, like locals are literally so nice. Like, this is just like one example. Like the tow truck guy like comes rolling up, is like blasting the Coast Guard like song or like fight. I don't know. I don't want to like say it wrong, but like something with the Coast Guard, and Chase is just like laughing. I thought they like knew each other because they were like talking so like casual. And so he pulls up, and he immediately like obviously helps us and like just like talking story the whole time. And so we finally get to base, and so he like pulls a car in, and then the guy gives us a ride out off base. And so Chase and I both have to call Ubers because we don't have a car. My car is like dead in my garage. Obviously his cars are out of commission. So we both get like Ubers or go home. And then I realized I hadn't eaten like this entire day. Like I ate breakfast obviously, but then like stuff just kept happening. So I hadn't eaten. So I got home and I was like, I need a glass of wine. I was like, I need a glass of wine. So I poured myself a glass of wine. And then I guess I just like kept drinking wine, because all of a sudden, and then I put on that El Dorado movie, the cartoon movie. And I hadn't realized, but I had been watching that movie in Spanish for like 15 minutes and literally didn't realize. So I literally had to stop, because I was like looking, and I was like, I don't think I've heard a word that they said. So I turned on the subtitles and I turned on the Spanish subtitles. So I'm listening to it in Spanish, watching it in Spanish, and I was like, okay, I think I accidentally just drank way too much. I need to eat. So I had like a whole bowl of popcorn and then just like passed out. Like it was literally like the longest day ever. Fun, like crazy adventure, but it was a very long day. So Thursday, so I mentioned that my car is just like a POS, so let's just call it what it is. So I finally, shout out to my mom. My mom found this like traveling mechanic where they literally like come to your house, which is literally so convenient. And so I called them in the morning and I was like, hey, like I think it's my alternator. It might be my battery. I literally don't know. Like, can you just like come look at it? And they're like, okay, we can be there like this afternoon. I was like, okay, sweet. So the mechanic comes and he looks at it immediately. He goes, yeah, it's your starter. And I was like, because my car, it would like, you could turn it, but it wouldn't click at all. Like it was just like literally like no noise. Like a couple lights would turn on, but it was just like dead. So I was like, okay, great. That's gonna be a fun hole in my bank account. They were literally so nice. Again, like talking story like the entire time. They literally went and got a new starter for me, like took something out, put the starter in, put everything back, and just like so chill the whole time. And Chase ends up coming like later on because we're supposed to go to the beach. And so but then at the very end of them fixing my $220 starter problem, apparently something with the battery, like the hose or something was like really like worn off or something. I don't know, some connection to the battery that like it just, the spark was jumping. I don't know. So he was like, okay, well, you're gonna have to get that fixed soon. I mean, it works like right now, but like it's literally a chance if the spark goes from the battery to some wire or something. So I was like, okay, I just like, thank you so much. Like I paid him. So I was like, okay, well, I'll drive to the beach since like he's been driving this whole time. And so we go to, oh gosh, I want to say Makaha Beach. I'm probably butchering that, but one of my new favorite beaches. I just can't pronounce it. Oh my god, I almost just spilled my coffee all over my brand new chair. Oh my gosh. Okay, putting that up. Okay. So we watched the sunset, blah, blah, blah. We got there like literally maybe 20 minutes before the sunset. We stopped at Wendy's. So my car was working pretty much like this whole time, like working. So we got to Wendy's and then I turned the car off and like take the trash out or whatever, and then go to turn it back on. It doesn't turn back on. So I was like, oh my god. So I popped the hood, and when like I tried to turn it, you could literally see the spark going from the battery to the connecting wire. And so we're just trying, like, if you like touch the wire, it would kind of like it would turn some lights on. So it was literally just like trying to like pinpoint where the wire needed to be like touched or whatever. I'm explaining this wonderfully, I know. And so, but then this older man pulls up beside us and he was like, hey, do you guys need to jump? He's like literally covered in tattoos, like face covered. We're like, no, it's like a connection problem. It's not the battery. It's I don't even know. It's a tube problem. And he was like, we'll just hold the tube. And Chase was like, hold the sparking tube while she's starting the car. And the guy was like, yeah, it's only like 12 voltage. And we were both like, okay. So the very nice man gets out of his car and holds the wire to the battery while I like start the car, and it worked. And we were like, oh my gosh, like thank you so much. He was like, yeah, no problem, like that's all you gotta do, like it's not gonna hurt you, it's only 12 voltage. We're like, okay, now we know, like if it's only 12 voltage, you can touch it. But it was just like part 3, like locals, shout out to local Hawaiians, y'all rock, and y'all have helped me literally pretty much every single day. So yeah, Wednesday and Thursday were all about car troubles. I promise my week has already gotten better. I think I'm gonna do like Sunday through Saturday. So yesterday was obviously Sunday, and I've already adventured. So I promise next week will probably be better, but I just wanted to share all my car troubles because that's what my week has been like. Adventuring, car troubles, and wine. If that doesn't explain who I am, then I don't know what does. Friday, the beaches are actually open now. Where I live, it's in like a gated place, so they're like super strict on the rules. I don't even want to say the C word, but you know, the rules. And so I tried, I think that this was in like another vlog, I'll link it down below, but I tried to like lay out and there was no one in the vicinity, and they were like, yeah, you can't tan here, we could get in trouble. I was like, even though no one's 60 feet, doesn't matter. Anyway, so I walked down to the beach, actually got to lay out at the beach that I could walk to. Literally baked in the sun. It was amazing. It wasn't too crowded. I think once like tourists start coming, it'll get more crowded, but for right now, there was like a couple families like in the shade, and I was like literally the only one just like laying on the sand. I'm just trying to even out my tan lines. I had texted the mechanic that morning, Friday morning, and I was like, hey, can we do the same thing that we did yesterday where, you know, like you get the part and fix it and I obviously pay like for the part and then the labor. He was like, yeah, I have a couple clients, I guess, today, but I'll let you know. I was like, okay. So I laid out for the beach for a couple hours, walked back, just did some stuff around my apartment. So I came around like 6 o'clock. So we had it was like a little part that just like needed the connection to the battery and the wire or whatever. And it literally took like 5 minutes, and I was like, okay, how much do I owe you? Like, I know the part. He said the part was like $5. He was like, well, do you have any cash? Because the last time I paid, they do like through PayPal or something. And so I was like, I mean, because I never carry cash. I probably should, but I never carry cash. I was like, I mean, it's not even more than like $7. He was like, I'll take the $7 cash. I was like, no, I have like Venmo, I have my PayPal, like I will like seriously? He was like, yeah, like it's literally like took no time at all. So I went and got my cash. I ended up having $13, so I gave him $13 cash, but he was literally like, awesome, like thank you. And I was like, no, thank you, like thank you so much. So my car is 100% fixed, and that is the first time I've been able to say that in a very long time. But also now I don't have an excuse to be picked up anymore, so that kind of stinks, but I need a car. And then Saturday, I actually, for the very first time, went to the grocery store. So this whole time I've had to order groceries from Target, which is really cool, but also it's probably a lot more expensive than just going to the store would be. So went to Costco, got gas, got some groceries. Oh, and so in Costco, and I'm sure everyone has been in a place where like they like make like a barricade like aisle or whatever that you have to go through. So I was in the middle of that, and then I was looking around and I was like, every single person has a mask on. Like not one person is like barefaced. And I saw a couple signs and it was like, masks must be worn by customers and employees. And I was like, mother trucker, my mask is all the way in my car. I'm literally about to have to like break this barrier to go get it. And I was like, you know what? Like if they tell me that like I need to go do it, then obviously I'll go do it. But like I'm just gonna risk it. So I went in Costco, and again, the only person that didn't have a mask on was me. So I felt so bad because I was getting stared at. So I literally walked around like this the entire time, like hunched over, because I like had to like move my cart with like my forearm and then have my shirt like this. And then, but when I needed like both hands, if someone was like in my way or whatever, I had to like scrunch like this. It looked so stupid. Everyone was staring at me, but I felt so bad. So finally I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna get the bare necessities and just pay and get out. So yeah, lesson learned, to always keep the mask in the purse, not just in the car. And then once I got back, I did like a mini workout. I wouldn't even call it a workout. I think it was like I did one round of a bunch of like 50 counts, like 50 hip thrusts, 50 squats, 50 fire hydrants, kind of like an ab workout, and then a couple other stuff. And I was literally sore yesterday, Sunday. I was like, oh my gosh, this is kind of sad. Like, I should not be sore from this. But I guess it was a good workout if I was sore, so. Okay guys, hopefully you like this style of just me sitting down and telling you basically about my week. I'm trying to film more, even if it's just like going to the store, just kind of like showing what I do throughout the week, showing all my hikes, what beaches I go to, any troubles that I'm having that week. But yeah, comment down below if you like this let's talk story kind of deal. If you have any suggestions or anything that you want to see specifically, let me know. But I will see you Thursday for a new video, and I will see you next Monday for episode 2 of Let's Talk Story. Aloha, y'all.